Hi everyone! So the title of my presentation and my article is going to be Keys to the Gate, How to End Gatekeeping in the Classical Music World. The first part of my lit review will come from articles that are disproving the so-called death of classical music. I have two articles, one by Douglas Dempster and one by William Robin, who are both music professors at UT Austin and University of Maryland, respectively. And they both have articles that are claiming that people who think classical music is dying don't have actual proof. There aren't statistics that prove that. They're saying that classical music is actually thriving in the current society. And then the second part of my lit review will come from proof from experts. I have the experts Eric Booth and Monique Mead. Eric Booth is not a musician, but he's devoted his life to the subject of teaching artistry, and he teaches musicians how to reach non-musicians and how to talk to them and connect with them through concerts. And then Monique Mead is a violinist who has devoted her career to building new audiences in concert halls. She's done this all over the world and has been incredibly successful. So I'll use articles from both of them and some accounts from personal interviews that I and Carly Fulcher organized over the summer. And the last part of my lit review will come from examples of people who I believe have succeeded in connecting to audiences. I'll be using videos of concerts and interviews of Leonard Bernstein and Yo-Yo Ma, two people who I believe have been the most successful in truly reaching audiences. My argument is the majority of outreach in classical music is distancing audiences more than bringing them in. Performers are not being properly trained to connect with audiences, and the problems with classical music are not being properly diagnosed. The panicked efforts of musicians trying to save classical music is the very thing that is hurting classical music. My claims for significance. The first one is musicians need to refocus their efforts to ensure their future livelihood. Second is a lack of awareness and training pushes potential audiences away. And third is toxic trends can not only ruin audiences' experience, but the musicians' lives as well. So all of these claims for significance come from the fact that I think a lot of the classical music world has kind of a toxic view on how to do things. This comes from inside, where perfection is emphasized, and this hurts a lot of musicians, but this also causes audiences to be pushed away because they see this toxic trend in classical music. They think that there's no place for them to learn about it because this perfection is so important that they think there's no room for them to learn. And we need to end this so that we can ensure that we have a future for ourselves and for the craft that we've been studying for so long. My method, here I have some pictures. The bottom two pictures are screen caps from the interviews and talks that we held over the summer with some experts. Then the top picture is a picture of a quartet that I'm a part of. You can see Madeline, she's in the back in the picture. Where we hosted one of these interactive concerts using advice from Eric Booth, and we believe that we were able to reach the kids in a way that many people are not able to. My evidence, I will use a lot of statistics from the Dempster and Robin articles that will just show that classical music is not in fact dying and that there's no need for panic for people to rush into audience engagement. I'll also use a lot of statistics by Monique Mead. She has a lot of evidence from her growing her audiences in concert halls. And then I'll also use a lot of my own personal experience. What I've seen is the best way to connect to kids and how I've been able to do that. And the conclusion is the future of classical music is more optimistic than many may think, but it still requires work on the part of musicians to ensure it stays this way. Anything that has existed for hundreds of years must be able to adapt to the times. Thank you so much.